man. Welcome to the Refill. I'm your host, Ron Daniel. And man, we in season 2. We just got through season 1. We're gonna share with you what we done and what we learned from season 1 and what we're looking to do in season 2. And so we learned a lot in season 1. We reached out to a lot of artists. We interviewed a lot of artists. We interviewed a whole lot of DJs, artists, promoters, influencers, people that make the Christian hip hop space move. They make it shake, rattle, and roll. Global wide. We had artists from Africa, come in and he reached out and we responded and we did the show, and it was cool. So we had artists come in from Africa, man. We had artists all across the United States, even in Africa. So we reaching. Before we move ahead, another thing we would like y'all to do, man, is share, like, and comment on this show, man. It help us to build what we're doing. In order for us to continue to grow, in order for us to continue to expand, we need y'all support. I'm one of those people, man. I don't mind asking for support. Hey, man, support the show. Tell somebody what we're doing. A lot of people are talking, bad about rap in general. Well, here go a podcast that highlight artists and the DJs and the promoters and the influencers, and now you get a chance to see another side of rap in general. So, man, y'all share what we're doing, support what we're doing, man, any way you can. Also donate. You'll see a donate link. There's a Cash App link in the comments. You'll see it pinned to the top of the comments. Man, donate to the show. Donate to the show, man. We take the money that you guys give and we use it to stay on the internet. That's basically what we do with it. We put it towards trying to stay on the internet. So donate, man. Donate. Also, we got some good things. Let me see here. We got some good things that we debuted this week. A brand new website. DAREFILL.com. That's DAREFILL.com. You'll be able now to go to DAREFILL.com. You'll see the latest shows, episodes. You'll see all 58 shows of the first season on DAREFILL.com. Also, if you're an artist, DJ, promoter, influencer, whatever you got going on, whatever you want, whatever you're doing to help mold and shape the Christian hip-hop space, man, we want to hear from you. You can go to DAREFILL.com, click the feature button, man, fill out the information. We'll get back in contact with you. We don't make it hard to get on the show. We just got to make sure you're right fit for the show. Another thing, we debuted our new YouTube page, man. Y'all go to the YouTube page, check it out, subscribe, check out the videos, like, comment. Just like anything else, the more subscribers we get, the more we can expand and grow and build what we're doing here with the Refill. So, man, if you don't mind, go check out the Refill page on YouTube. It's at the Refill CHH Rap. Type that in at. You can go to YouTube /at the Refill CHH Rap, and it'll take you straight to the page. So we got a new website, got a new YouTube page, man. So we just continue to grow and build and expand. And sometimes, I'm gonna say this too, man. We've been gone for a while, and I've learned this in life, and I've learned this just working on social media. Sometimes it's good to disappear, do what you need to do, and then reappear. Ain't nothing wrong with disappearing. We just had to take a little break, and from there we took a little break, and we just trying to come back even better, come back harder this time, and reach more people and reach more places around the globe, showcasing what we're doing here at the Refill. So, man, listen, we're going to get into the show again. Y'all check out our new website, DAREFILL.com. You'll see it scrolling at the bottom. You'll see the scroll. The information at the bottom. Also, let me add this too. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, we have merch. We have T-shirts. We got new T-shirts, man. We got T-shirts. We got black T-shirts. We got white T-shirts. All sizes. We got the logo on it, man. Purchase a shirt. It help us grow what we're doing on the platform. So that's what we've been doing since we've been away. We got the new website, new YouTube channel, and we got some merch. We got some big merch, and we got a whole lot more merch coming. We're going to ease in the merchandise, and y'all going to see what we're doing. Y'all going to see what we're building out, and I think it's going to be something y'all be proud of in the future. We excited about what's going on, man. We hope y'all be excited too. So let's get into this thing, man. What we talking about today on the refill, man? I'm your host, Ron Daniel. I'm your host tonight. We don't have no interview tonight, so I'm gonna do the solo dolo thing on the show. But what we talking about tonight, man? We talking about building a network web and how to build a network web. Now, somebody probably looking at this like, man, what is he talking about? Build a network web. Well, I'm a big believer in networking. I'm a huge believer in networking. Network make the dream work. A lot of people say that, but they don't understand what that really means. You know, network really make the dream work. You got to know how to properly network. So I have 5 tips. I always try to give 5 tips because our podcast is only an hour long. So I have 5 tips that can help any artist, any influencer, any DJ, any promoter, and anybody that's, if you're in business, man, these tips can help you. But these are 5 tips that can help you grow and build a strong network. But I'll say this though, when you're using the tips, you got to be patient. You gotta be patient. If you're not patient, you're gonna lose. Patience win everything. What people fail at being patient. They don't want to be patient. They just want everything to happen right now, like it's microwave popcorn. We put in the popcorn, 2 minutes, boom, we got some popcorn. That's not how networking works. That's not how life works. You know, you have to be patient in everything. Even in the Bible, God tells us to be patient. Pray for patience. Be patient. You have to be patient while you working and building your network well. So I'm going to give you one tip. Well, the first tip, how to build a network well. It's kind of, think of this before I get into these tips. Think of a spider web. Everybody's seen a spider web. If you ain't seen a spider web, you living in a cocoon somewhere, a hood. Everybody's seen a spider web. And I came up with this. I was looking at home, we have cameras on the house. And a spider built a spider web on the camera lens. And I'm sitting there looking at it because I've never seen a spider build a web. So I'm watching this spider build his web. He just building it and building whoever, he or she, I don't know what gender, whatever the spider was, but the spider was building a web. And I was watching it, the way it built. And it built the web so quick, and it was so in line and in tune, and it was like it wasn't out of order. But they took their time with building this web. And so the same thing applies to what I'm about to share with y'all about building a network web. You have to learn how to build and network and grow. If you don't understand that, like those are principal things. If you don't understand that, then you're not going to go far. And a lot of people get frustrated by, they say, man, I'm doing this. I'm rapping. I'm DJing. I'm promoting shows. But ain't nobody checking out what I'm doing. Ain't nobody coming to my events. So what these tips going to do is help you. And they help me too. So I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't do. I use all these tips. So I'm not telling you nothing I don't do. I do the same thing. Tip number 1. You got to learn how to network with, if you're an artist, you have to learn how to network with pastors and promoters in your city. And pastors, we already know what that entails. They have a church. They have a venue. If they cool with Christian hip hop, you in the game. Promoters, gospel promoters, and Christian hip hop promoters, you have to learn how to network, introduce yourself to them. Sometimes it's not about going and trying to do a show in these places, in these churches. Just go to their church, knock on the door, introduce yourself. Man, I've done that plenty of times. Or I leave a flyer at the door. If you got a flyer, leave a flyer at the door. That's the lost art now. Flyers are becoming the lost art. But people still use flyers and information to get, they still use flyers to get information to our homes and businesses and schools. So don't get stuck on just social media. Make you some flyers. Go to these churches. Put them in the doors. Introduce yourself. It takes work. It requires work. Listen, it requires work. Or you can pay to have them mailed to these churches. It's a little more expensive, but you can pay. You can pay to get what's called direct mailing into the mailboxes of these churches and venues. You can do that. But if you just don't have that kind of money to spend sending out mailers through the mail like that, then get in your car, go door to door, and leave information in these church doors. Now, as far as promoters, you got to be willing to be open with working with promoters, right? Majority of the promoters in any city are not gospel promoters, but they may have a venue where you can come perform. Now, I've rapped in clubs plenty of times. I have no problem rapping in a club. It don't bother me. I go rap in the club. I go up to the bar, whatever. Give me a Sprite. Give me a cold bottle of water. Get down. Go home. You see what I'm saying? So I have no problem with that. Now, some people watching this, they may do. Now, I'm not telling you to go hang in the club. I don't hang in clubs. Clubbing was never my thing at all, ever in life. I don't like going in places where I'm finna sit down and sit all night. That ain't never my thing. I like to move around. I like to be where it's at. I don't like to sit. I don't like to sit down in one place too long. That's just me. But there are promoters in every city. The city that you live in, there are promoters there. You have to introduce yourself to them. Give them your contact information. Give them a card. Give them your social media, or give them a business card. Use business cards. Use flyers. Don't just use social media. Keep them in your car. Get you some flyers made. Get you some business cards made, and just keep them in your car. Keep them in your truck. So if you out somewhere, if you at Burger King, slide one in the drive-thru. If you in Starbucks, slide a card in the drive-thru. I'm not telling y'all nothing I don't do. If you at Walmart, Target, you on the mall, give somebody a card. Because all they gonna do is look at that card, and then they gonna go straight to the social media. And whatever social media you have on your card, they're going right there to it. People knows it these days. They're gonna pull out their phone on the spot and just kind of scroll and thumb down and scroll up and say, okay, let me check Bud out. Let me check her out. So you gotta learn how to network with pastors and promoters in your city. Number 2, you have to learn how to connect with other artists on social media. Social media is huge. How we're building this platform, majority of it is through social media. Majority of the artists I've met that came on season 1 was from just introducing myself on social media and letting them know, hey man, got a podcast, you want to get on it, cool, just the time, just the date, tell me what's good. And they hit me back and they say, okay, let's do this date, let's do this time, I'm good. You have to connect with other artists and influencers and promoters and DJs on social media. I have this saying, it's not my saying, it's an old saying. It say closed mouths don't get fed. You gotta open your mouth and introduce yourself. Now we have these phones. Everybody got a phone. Look here, man. Everybody got phones now. My 8-year-old got a phone. Everybody in our house got a phone. So you have to use the phone, get into inboxes, get into DMs, introduce yourself. And listen, let me throw this at you too. Everybody not going to respond. Everybody not going to respond to you. They not. They not going to respond. They're going to say, hey, I don't know this dude. I'm not fooling with this dude. Or you going to have folks saying, hey, man, talk to my manager. I'm like, Joker, you ain't doing nothing that big. If you responded back to me through the DM, you don't need a manager. You ain't that busy. You know, that's how I view people. You're not that busy. If you telling me to talk to your manager, you know, if you responded back, you're not that busy. The response should have been from your manager. So you have to learn how to connect with other people in the same space. And that's in anything. You have to learn how to connect with others in the social media space. Get into DMs, get into inboxes. If you get their phone number, man, if you have their numbers, text, call, introduce yourself. Let people know what you got going on. Number 3, you have to send your music to DJs and other podcasts, other influencers, people that you have to do your homework, and you have to get on social media, the internet, Google, YouTube, and find these other influencers, people that are talking about Christian hip hop. So you have to find these people. I'm not gonna find them for you. You can pay me a fee. I'll find them all for you. Pay me a fee. But I'm not going to find them for you. But you have to do your homework. You have to find the DJs. Who are the Christian hip-hop DJs playing the music? Give your music to them. And a lot of them are open to it. They're like, hey, man, shoot your music to me so I can put it in the playlist, put it in rotation. That's it. They have a base. And their base of people that's following them are now in tune and listening to your music, right? Find other podcasts. Come to the refill first. Then go find other podcasts. But find other podcasts. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, man, I want to be a guest on the show. You know, introduce yourself to people. You have to not just depend on DistroKid and TuneCore and these music distribution companies to get your music out. That's good. That's a plus. Yeah, we got to pay. I think the TuneCore is $50. DistroKid is $25 or maybe $30. I don't know. That's good. That's a good step. But let me add this too. Don't just send your music to just the Christian hip hop DJs. Send them to our older DJs. Man, there's DJs in every city. DJs around the world. Man, send your music to these DJs. And I'm not telling you nothing I wouldn't do. Man, look here, when you done with making your, I don't know what they call them, the albums or playlists, whenever you finish working on your project, man, get the 4 hottest songs you think you got on there. Shoot them out there. Shoot them out there. You don't know what the DJ is looking for. You really don't know how they respond to it, you know, and the way the music is now in rap, everybody just shoot them up, bang, bang, killing each other. They say, hey, man, you see the ops? Yeah, get the Draco, get the stick, get the blicky, and just shoot everybody. They saying that rap is a dangerous occupation. I'm like, not gospel rap. Gospel rap better not be no dangerous occupation. It should be a soul-saving occupation. But send your music to the DJs or the podcasts, and if there are people that are influencers in the music, send your music and your information to them. Here's another tip. And this next tip can go both ways. Start a podcast. You know, podcast requires work, a lot of work. You know, and a lot, and what I learned from the first season, it's a grind. You know, you have to get up and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And you have to set the show up. And you might be in there by yourself, running everything and clicking the buttons and making sure the show go good. But guess what? Make it work. If you don't want to do a podcast, do your own virtual show. I'm not telling y'all nothing. Like, I have in the plans to do my own virtual show. I said, man, I could just make my music, do my own virtual show right here in the studio. With all this stuff behind me. And just do that. Like, you have to get out there. You have to put it out there. And these are things that I'm learning to do, that I'm using myself. Like, this podcast don't work if I don't introduce myself to other artists that are doing things. I don't care who the artist is. They can be the big artist. They can be an artist that's here. They can be an artist on that literally started like a couple of months ago. So to me, it don't matter, because I'm just that type of dude. I just introduce myself. Man, I talk to anybody. You know. Again, closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to do those things, man. Again, the fourth tip was start a podcast. Start a virtual show for yourself. You're building the network up. Let me say this before I get to the fifth tip. A lot of artists, they get frustrated by what they don't see. We all get frustrated. Let me tell you, I'm not saying I'm not immune to it. We all get frustrated when we don't see certain things moving fast. You know, and when frustration set in, people tend to quit or they revert back to what's comfortable. You know, I'm like, you got to do the work. You know, there's work involved. It's not just going to happen. You have to do the work. Like this podcast, we have to do the work. If we saying we want to be the premier podcast in the Christian hip-hop space, we have to do the work. We can't just talk about it. We can't just be saying, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to pray to God. No. Praying works, but you also have to do the work. The Bible said faith without the works, it ain't doing nothing. It's dead. It ain't going to do nothing. So we can pray all day, but we got to do the work. So, you know, start a podcast, start a virtual show. Listen, the way these smartphones set up now, man, you can turn that smartphone around and give these jokers a show in your living room, in your garage, in your bedroom, at your partner's studio, wherever. But when you do it, you have to be consistent. Consistency wins. Somebody said, what's the secret to success? Consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to be forward moving at all times, at all costs. You have to move when you don't feel like moving. You have to get it in when you don't feel like getting it in. You know, if you tired, you gotta work. If you feeling good, you gotta work. You know, you have to continue to move forward. The fifth tip, I'm gonna give you this one right here. The fifth one is, and this is one that I see a lot in the Christian hip hop space that I really don't like, but it's something you have to do. I'm saying I don't like it because I do it, but I see a lot of people not doing this because they think they put out a couple of songs and they like, oh man, I'm here, you know, I'm gonna make you wait or whatever. And this last tip is you have to make yourself accessible. And what I mean is, don't think because you put out a few songs and you thinking like, oh, okay, and you got a little buzz going, okay, I'm not going, you trying to pick and choose now what you going to get involved with. I'm going to do that show. I ain't doing that show. I'm going to do that TV interview. I ain't doing that TV interview. I'm going to do that magazine interview. I'm not doing that little startup magazine. And that's where you mess up at. And for artists mess up it, you have to make yourself accessible. Christian hip hop is not that busy like the regular music industry. It's not. Man, we ain't busy like the gospel music industry. The Christian hip hop space, some people are debating if we should call it an industry. And I'm like, man, stop all that. It's the Christian hip hop industry. Stop being ignorant about it and crazy about it, trying to debate and get into these big deep dives about if it's an industry. Now it's an industry because money flow through it. It's an industry. There are industries and a ton of industries. Money flows through industries. So we are an industry, whether people want to accept that or not. You know, if people still rapping, they say, man, I ain't trying to get no money. I'm going to do this for free, okay? And you go ahead. That's on you. But it ain't going to go far. Ask the cats who stopped. They stopped because they weren't making no money. That's just the bottom line. But let me get back to what I was saying about being accessible. You have to do the big interviews as well as the small interviews. You have to, if a small podcast reaching out to you, do the interview. If somebody just now starting a radio show, do the interview. If somebody just now starting a YouTube channel, they say, man, I got 10 subscribers, do the interview. See what I'm saying? What a lot of people are doing, looking at numbers, they say, oh, well, they don't have a lot of subscribers, so I'm not doing the interview. Or they don't look like they're on the popping, I'm not doing the interview. Or they graphics on their show don't look good, I'm not doing the interview. See what I'm saying? Do the interview. And quit thinking you all that. Do the interview. See what I'm saying? What people mess up at is, let me say this. I have this saying, we have this saying in the house about when people burn bridges, right? Don't burn a bridge because that might be the bridge you have to go back over. See, let me say this. A cat like me, I do whatever interview. If somebody just not started, man, I'm on. Let's do it. I did an interview last week, and it was the earliest interview I've ever done as long as I've been in the Christian hip hop space. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock. I was like, and I told bro, I said, man, don't count me in. I was tired. I was dog tired. But we did the interview. Matter of fact, we did it twice. But what I'm saying is, do the interview. See, I'm the type of dude, I can do that type of interview early in the morning. If somebody say, hey man, I want to interview, but I can't interview you until 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing the interview. If I'm available, I'm gonna do the interview. If it's a big TV station or network or big YouTube channel, they get 200, 300, 400,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do the interview. If it's a YouTube channel and they get 1, 2, 3 subscribers, I'm gonna do the interview. Do the interview. Cause you don't know what these podcasts and these shows, what they're gonna become later on. You see what I'm saying? And so once you connect with people, especially when they're in the beginning stage, and you build a rapport with them, with these podcast shows and people that have just different shows and networks, and they doing their thing, they just asking for an interview. And once you build rapport with these people, down the line, that's when you see the results. Let me tell you something. I rap. I'm a Christian hip hop artist, gospel rapper. I'm soaked in it. But let me tell you what I do. There's some promoters. There are some church pastors. Man, I wouldn't charge them a dime. They was riding with me when we were trying to figure out what is gospel rap. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't charge them nothing. If they call me today and say, hey man, got something going on Sunday, can you come, bless our youth, boom, 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 boom. If I'm available, I'm there. Because I've made myself accessible to them when they was trying to get things going. Some pastors I work with, they trying to introduce gospel rap into their congregation, and they was nervous. And I knew they was. They looking at me like, man, this dude coming here with these fitted hats on, J's on. We finna get loud. Music finna get loud. They in there rapping, talking about Jesus, talking about getting blessed and all that other good stuff with the microphone and just going in. Now I've built rapport with these pastors. Some of these pastors now, they pay. They say, man, let me bless you, man. Let me bless you, man of God. Here you go. I'm like, appreciate it. Build rapport, building a bridge. And what a lot of artists are doing today, they get a couple of hits and they like, man, I'm up here. I'm not doing your show. I'm not doing that show. I'm like, you're not going to stay in gospel rap long. You're going to realize Christian hip-hop is, we have a lot of artists, but the business infrastructure is not big at all. It's not huge at all. We got the ministry down pat. We got the we can rap our butt off. We can make some of the dopest, coldest, stankiest, nasty beats out there. We know how to work. We know how to work. What's that? We pull out the MacBooks. We know how to work all the software. Studio One. We know how to work Pro Tools. We know how to work FL Studio, Fruity Loops. We know how to work all that stuff now. But the business infrastructure is weak. That's just my opinion. The business infrastructure in Christian hip-hop is weak, very weak. But these tips that I gave y'all tonight is free game. Plus, it helps build the business infrastructure. See what I'm saying? We have to commit to networking with each other. I don't mind networking with whoever watching this show. I network with whoever. My only thing with networking is you have to bring something to the table solid. My thing is this, I'm gonna say this. If you come to the table and you wishy-washy and you just not started, you don't know if you want to do this, you don't know, I'm gonna peep that out. If it's that, then I'm probably not gonna do no with you. I'm just being straight up and down. Because I've worked, and I say it's because I've worked with people that they have an idea. Oh, I want to try Christian hip hop. And then the moment we start talking and, we get into, like they say, the nuts and bolts of that thing, trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't really not dedicated to this. I'm dedicated to this. And I know they're not. And what they say, you go with your gut. And so my gut told me a lot of those people that want to network with me, it didn't work because they wasn't fully committed to making whatever idea they had for Christian hip hop to grow. They weren't committed to it. And I knew that. I knew that just from a meeting. I said, no, they ain't committed. They ain't committed. They're not committed to doing this. See, I've learned one thing in life, just living. I'm not looking for loyal people. People say, oh, loyalty over everything. No. I'm looking for folks that's committed. Listen, we ain't ever got to hang out. We ain't ever got to go over each other's house. Our kids ain't ever got to play. But if you committed to the cause, I'm committed. And we come to the table and make some work, man. It's a go. It's a go. And we can make it work. But a lot of people are not committed at all. They want to be, or they want to try to be, but they're not committed. So what I'm saying is we have to build a network, a stronger network in Christian hip-hop. I was like, Lord, what can I talk about on the first episode? Man, I got so many topics and just talking about Christian hip-hop. And that was just ringing in my head all day, talking about networking and building a network well so we can become stronger in the Christian hip hop space. It shouldn't be no problem. I'm in Arkansas. It shouldn't be no problem for me to connect with somebody in Texas. If they not about ego. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes about ego. A lot of these dudes trying to, they're trying to, hit what they doing versus what I'm doing. That's not networking. Networking is come to the table and say, look, this is what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table? Okay, you bring that to the table. Okay, we can build something. Let's do something. Maybe do a show together. Maybe I don't know, do a podcast together, or maybe you do graphics or something, But networking, we have to be strong in networking, and we have to be willing to pay that money. Now, I'm gonna throw that in as a 6th tip. I had 5 tips, but that's the 6th one. It's paying that money. You got to be willing to pay the money. A lot of people, they think, oh, man, this is a good dude. He should do it for free. I ain't doing nothing for free. I do the interview for free, but if you trying to take away from my time where I could be making money, because I do for a living, what I do for a living is marketing for a living. And if you try to take that away, then I'm like, nah, I ain't going to do that. I need to get paid. You paying everybody else, pay me. So, all in all, man, let's continue to build a network well. So Christian hip hop can continue to grow and continue to get strong, and we can all thrive in it. And then building a network, you got somebody in Texas, somebody in Tennessee, somebody in Wyoming, somebody in the UK, Australia, somebody in Africa. That's what we looking to stretch out to this second season, into those areas, and network with people in those areas, in those countries, continents. We stretch into the continents, baby. So, that's what we trying to go. But the main thing is, let's continue to build this network well, man, so we can all benefit and grow and be successful. God said that it is his will for us to have good health and good success. Let's have good success in the Christian hip-hop space. That's why we built this podcast. We built it for the Christian hip-hop culture. That's why we built it. Now, I don't know why everybody else build their stuff. I know why we built it, because I'm like, we need media. We need more media outlets. So instead of me just rapping all day, I can take a break and do the podcast. Highlight other rappers. I'm super confident in myself. I can bring on other artists and not be intimidated by what they get going on. That don't bother me. I want to highlight their experience, their successes, their struggles on the podcast, so it can help somebody else. You see what I'm saying? That's why we do it. That's why we do it here. Anybody I work around, they have to be in it for that. They have to be in it for building the Christian hip-hop space. Everybody else building stuff. If you look at trap music, drill music, rap music in general, the rap industry outside of the Christian hip-hop industry, if you look at it, that thing is a well-oiled machine. Somebody can come out with a song and look up and boom, they on and popping. Somebody 2 hours away made the what's a Glorilla, and I'm not knocking her. I see everything just like y'all see. She come out with a song, and boom, she gets signed, taken off. The music industry outside of Christian hip hop is a well-oiled machine, and we have to become a well-oiled machine. So when we do things and we put out projects that it can take off, but it take off showcasing and glorifying God. Don't ever get it twisted why we do it for. We do this to glorify the King, because look at the world we live in. Y'all see this world we live in, it's crazy. People getting shot, people getting killed. Saw a video, somebody went on vacation. This lady went on vacation. Somebody killed her on vacation. So everything going on in this world, it's just crazy. So we have to be the light. The Bible said we the light, we the salt. You have to know what the light means. A lot of people talk about it. You have to know now what it means. We have to be the salt. We have to be the light. We have to be the difference. We have to be the influence on this earth. People have to see your life and say, you know what, something different about that dude. Something different about that lady. I don't know, but something different about them. We have to stop being ashamed to live for Jesus. A lot of people haven't gotten ashamed. Because, you're not gonna be, when you start talking Jesus, and especially Jesus in the music, you're not gonna fit in a lot of places. I tell people all the time, man, I can rap on stage with whoever. Snoop Dogg, Yo Gotti, line them up. They say, Snoop Dogg, Yo Gotti, Ron Daniel from the rap. They say, that boy didn't get up there talking about no cars, drink, nothing. He was talking about God, sounded like he was preaching on the beat. Boom, 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 boom. I said, yeah, you have to be confident to do that. But my confidence is in God and his ability to perform. It's always been that way. So that's all I got for tonight, man. Listen, before we get out of here, remember, we have a new website, DAREFILL.com. Go there. You can find information about me. You can book me on there if you want me to come to your city soon. Rap, speak, podcast, endorsements, whatever. Go to the website, and just you'll see it on there. You can book me through the website. Also, we have merch. Right now, we have T-shirts on the website. Also, you'll see all the latest episodes on the website, and we just building it out. It's a new website. We still perfecting it. We still molding it. We still shaping it into really, where we want to go. Soon we have an app. We're looking to go from the website into an app where you can download on Apple, Google Play. You'll be able to do that. So we're leaning towards those type of things so people can have access on their phone directly with the apps. They get updates for the show. They get updates if I'm speaking or performing somewhere, or if we just doing an event. If we out somewhere, if the refill is out and about. Also, go to our YouTube page, man. We need subscribers. Subscribers, help with the analytics and with the what they call it, the algorithm. The algorithm right now is big. Algorithms running the show, and so it help us with the algorithm. And so subscribe, like, share videos on your page. Share them on your social media channels. Let people know, hey man, somebody out here trying to do something different. Somebody out here trying to do something good. This a good show, good content. Y'all check it out. Also, donate to the show, man. You'll see a link at the top of the comment post. You can cash out any amount would do. We use that money to grow this platform. That's what we do. So when anybody asks me, what you gonna do with the money? We use it to stay on the internet. That's what we do. I'm not going into no deep detail. Oh, we trying to do this and we giving a portion to this. No, we use the money to stay on the internet. The internet is not free. Comcast, AT&T, the lights y'all don't see in here, the lease, we lease this room in here, the cameras y'all see, this microphone, we didn't get this stuff for free. It's all paid for. We had to pay for all this. Every last bit of it. So, again, donate to the show, man. Any amount will do. Donate to the show. And also, soon we got projects coming out. I'm plugging in everything tonight. We got some mixtape gumbo coming out. I got some music coming out, man. Y'all see it real soon. Y'all hear it real soon, man. Y'all can book me, bring me to your city. That's in person or virtual, either way, man. But y'all, you can go to the refill. Soon you'll go to the revamped Ron Daniel website, man. We about to launch the Ron Daniel website. We got some good information, good music, man, a whole lot of good things on there, man. And y'all be able to check it out. And if you're fool with me, if you're cool with me, fool with me. And I didn't coin that phrase, but I just like that phrase. If you're fool with me, if you're cool with me, fool with me. So, man, that's all we got for tonight, man. We're glad y'all tuned in to the premiere season 2. Next week, Lord willing, man, we have, not next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. We won't be on next week. We just run a rerun from this show or season 1. But next week is Thanksgiving, so we won't be on, but we'll be back on the following week for episode 60, season 2, episode 60. We have a fresh artist on, man, coming on. They're going to share their story. They're going to let y'all know how they get down from where they from, man. And on that note, we're glad y'all tuned in. Man, I'm your host, Ron Daniel. As always, man, we're glad y'all tuned in, man. We hope we made your day better by looking at this this presentation presented by Divine 7 Entertainment. So, man, y'all stay tuned, man. We just growing. We looking to grow and get bigger and expand and do more things. We got a lot of things cooking. I don't want to get into everything. I'm not one of those people that like to throw stuff out there. But we got some things cooking that I can't share yet until we get it in stone. And then once we get everything in stone, look out, because we rolling. And so, man, again, y'all tune back in, man. Remember, go to the website. Go to the YouTube channel, man. You can also go to Instagram, man. Instagram. At the Refill CHH Rap. Something happened to our other Instagram page. I don't know what happened. It got compromised. Let's just say that we was able to get it back. We can't get into that thing. So we started another one. We just back and forth right now with Instagram until we can get that page back. But for right now, it's the Refill CHH Rap. Go there, man. Go to our Instagram. Let people know what we're doing, man. And from there, man, we're going to get off this thing. We're going to see y'all next time. I'm your host, Ron Daniel, man. Y'all tune in for another great show. See y'all next time.